The black belt called out to the janitor, asking him to spar, just for fun. What happened next left the entire martial arts gym in stunned silence. "Hey, you there cleaning. Want to show us a quick demo?" shouted Derek Mitchell, his black belt glinting beneath the harsh gym lights. James Washington, 42, had been mopping the floor quietly, working the night shift for only 3 weeks. He looked up calmly. "I don't want to interrupt, Sensei. Just finishing so you can continue." Derek laughed, loud and mocking. "Look, everyone, the man's too scared to even step on the mat." The students chuckled uncertainly, sensing tension in the air. What Derek didn't know was that James had once been James Silent Storm Washington, a 5-time world MMA champion who had vanished from the sport after an accident that took his best friend's life. For 20 years he had hidden that past, until that night. Derek kept taunting him, eager to show off. "Come on, just a demonstration. Show them the difference between a fighter and someone who cleans up after one." James felt something stir deep inside, a muscle long dormant, a calm rising in his chest. He set his bucket aside and stood. "All right," he said softly, "but when we're done, you'll apologize to everyone here for turning this mat into a circus." The laughter that followed sounded forced. Around them, the students gathered, some curious, others uneasy. Sarah Chun, a young purple belt, hesitated. "Sensei, maybe we should just finish class. It's getting late." Derek snapped, "Sit down and watch. You'll learn more in 5 minutes than in a month of training." James stayed silent, but memories surged. His lost friend Tony, the fatal accident, the guilt that had driven him away from the sport. Derek stepped closer, sneering. "So, Janitor, can you even do a basic guard?" His shove was meant as a joke, but James didn't move. The solid stillness of his body sent a flicker of fear through Derek's arrogance. James's voice was calm, almost cold. "Interesting. It's been a while since someone tried to provoke me like that." The room grew heavy with silence. Sarah watched, realizing this wasn't fear. This was control. When Derek threatened to call security, James's eyes opened, steady and unflinching. "Fine," he said. "But when we finish, you'll explain why you turned a place of learning into a circus of humiliation." The words carried authority that silenced everyone. Derek puffed his chest and gestured for the students to gather around. "You're about to see why there's a hierarchy in martial arts." But James simply stood there, breathing evenly, posture balanced, presence commanding. Sarah, who had studied hundreds of sparring sessions for her sports psychology thesis, sensed something extraordinary, a stillness before a storm. Derek struck first. His jab fast and precise, but James wasn't there. His movements flowed like water, his body shifting effortlessly aside. Derek attacked again, a rapid series of punches, but every strike met empty air. The class gasped. James' expression never changed. "Good technique," he murmured. "But you telegraph with your right shoulder." Derek's confidence began to crumble. Then, without aggression, James stepped forward and placed his palm on Derek's chest. The instructor flew backward as if hit by an unseen force, crashing to the mat. The silence was absolute. Derek stared up in disbelief. Sarah, trembling, searched his name online and froze. "James Silent Storm Washington," she read aloud. "5-time world mixed martial arts champion." The revelation rippled through the gym. Derek's arrogance collapsed into shame. I didn't know," he stammered. James only nodded. "If you had known, would you have treated me differently? Or would you still humiliate someone else who couldn't fight back?" The question cut deep. From that night, everything changed. Sarah convinced the owner to hire James as an instructor in philosophy and advanced technique. Derek lost half his students after the video of the incident went viral. His pride shattered, but his humility reborn. "Thank you," Sarah said later, "for showing that real strength doesn't need to be proved." James smiled faintly. "Respect isn't earned by belts or titles," he said. "It's earned by character."